What's happening? What's the business? It's your boy Landlord from Alabama, back with another video, man. And I had to spin your block again with another video about this crazy free agent market, man, and these very, very minuscule moves that the Dallas Cowboys have made on the roster. We signed your boy Leighton Vander Esch, Mr. Wolf Hunter himself. We signed DA, Dorrance Armstrong, very small moves, but I think they're pretty solid for depth purposes. And ain't no telling how we gonna move in the draft. So having those players is pretty huge though. We need depth, we need solid players who we are already familiar with on this roster. I know a lot of people was upset Randy left and they saying Dorrance Armstrong ain't as good. But we got a solid player. We seen Dorrance Armstrong progression going into this year and last year. We seen how much better Dorrance Armstrong got. We didn't really understand at first why the front office had so much belief in Dorrance Armstrong at first because, it puzzles me at first. I didn't see anything. I didn't really get it. I thought he might have had some naked pictures of somebody, Stephen Jones or something that they didn't want to get out. But some kind of way he was there and he stayed around. He always made the team when a lot of people doubted him. And here we are signing him back to another contract, man. He made it off his rookie deal. And with no lies, especially last year, Dorrance Armstrong showed us a lot. He showed us that he can be a pressure type defensive end, man. And that was huge for him in his career. So I can't hate on Dorrance Armstrong. I think he's a solid player, not a superstar, not Randy Gregory, but he is a solid player. So kudos to the Dallas Cowboys for bringing us somebody back, and you see that looks like the recurring theme of this team. They only like to sign their guys. And, sometimes that loyalty pays off. Sometimes that loyalty proves to be foolish. Because it seems to me, look how easily they let go of Amari Cooper. Cooper wasn't one of their initial guys. He wasn't somebody that we drafted. So their loyalty for Cooper was a little different. We did believe in him enough to bring him in, but he wasn't a real Will McClay, Stephen Jones guy that they actually scouted in the draft. So, they are super loyal to their guys. That's what we see back to back. This is a family business, the Dallas Cowboys. Unfortunately, some people like it, some people don't. It hasn't been paying off as of late. But, they go by loyalty first. Their guys is their guys, and that's exactly who they are going to sign, without a doubt. So, like I said, back to Dorrance Armstrong, it was a pretty good, solid pickup. Can't get mad at that, especially with the loss of Randy Gregory. We need somebody for depth purposes. Hopefully, we can pick up somebody in free agency and or possibly draft somebody higher in the first, second round. We need to bring in some more defensive end talent for sure. Okay, now let's talk about your boy Leighton Vander Esch, the Wolf Hunter. He got brought in for another year. A prove it deal. Obviously, we don't know what the numbers look like as of right now when I'm filming this video, but we do know it's a 1-year deal. So Cowboys said, "Hey, Leighton, you think you still that caliber of player? Prove it." We drafted him, so we still have loyalty to him, as I was referring to earlier. Cowboys have loyalty to their guy. But, Leighton had a kind of slow year last year. He was basically not on the field half the time. Dan Quinn doesn't like his prototype as far as linebackers go. He likes smaller, quicker, faster, more explosive linebackers like Micah Parsons as well. But, Leighton is a kind of old school type linebacker. He's big, he's physical, he wants to put his nose in the box, play the run. Kind of struggles in coverage because he's just not that mobile anymore. I think those back injuries, neck injuries, I think kind of hinder his mobility over the years. But I think Leighton is still a capable player. I don't know how capable, but I don't think he deserves to just get shunned away or get banished away from his team. I would like to see what Dan Quinn can do for his career and utilize him in Dallas. So I'm not too mad, man. We can get some more Wolf Hunter calls in the stands, in the stadium. Turn us up, make the game lit. I like it. Bring back late, better than nothing. Like I seen a poll say, I'm not too angry. Two depth signings today. Well, Lawrence Armstrong was the other day, but Layton was today. And like I say, free agents move so quick. I don't know what might happen, before I end this video. So, forgive me for not being as fast as some of the others. But now I want to talk about my free agent pet cat that got signed the other day, yesterday, Von Miller. I wanted Von Miller on this team a lot, man, but when I seen the deal that he got, I was like, fine. They moved the heavens and earth to get Von Miller over there in Buffalo. And I'm glad Dallas knew that that was too much for them. That was too big for their britches. That was way too much for Stephen Jones. He's pretty much a cheapskate, so he did not want to play ball with that type of contract. And they fooled me because I just knew that Von Miller was going to sign something short like he did with the Rams. But Von Miller got that bag. I can't hate him. Kudos to you, salute. He turned up. He lit over there in Buffalo. And, it is what it is, man. I'm just glad Dallas didn't take that big of a leap of faith. I would have been angry, actually, looking at that contract. That would have been ridiculous. And especially with Von Miller being long in the tooth, his best years more than likely behind him more than they are in the front of him. Now let's talk about some other free agents that's available. Clowney from the Browns. I like him. He had like 9 sacks last year. I think he's probably gonna demand a big time bag, but hopefully he might want to play for the Cowboys. We never know. Hopefully Micah can recruit him or somebody. We need some defensive end talent. I'm not too sure what the talent looking like in the draft, but we need some defensive talent. We probably don't want to depend on a rookie to just come in and be a superb starter on the defensive end like that. The defensive line is the hardest position, one of the hardest positions to transfer your talent from college to the NFL. Sometimes it takes at least 2-3 years for those kids to come in and be big enough to manhandle grown men. You got a few rare cases where they just natural, like Aaron Donald or somebody, but typically the defensive line don't just come in with immediate impact like that. And we seen our ops, the Eagles, let Fletcher Cox go. I would love to have Fletcher Cox on this team. We know that sacks don't tell his whole story. Fletcher Cox is a problem in the interior defensive line. He's been wreaking havoc on the Cowboys for years. And I would love to have him in silver and blue, no lie. I think he would boost up this defensive line a lot, and I think he can make some noise. Maybe we can get him on a cheap deal. Like my boy Law Nation say, get him in for a cup of coffee, 1 year cheap deal. We can turn up, see what come out of it, man. You know what I'm saying? I like Fletcher Cox as a player. He always been a good defensive tackle. So maybe we can bring him in for cheap. No lie, the Eagles would be mad. If you want to piss the Eagles off, Fletcher Cox, come and sign with the Cowboys, death row, and get in that silver and blue. They'll hate you from here to the moon if you can pull that off. And I just wanted to make this a little small video, something I just put out for y'all, man. Just letting you know what the current status is. Ain't no telling what'll happen by the time I put it out. But just holler at your boy, Landlord from Alabama, with the same handle on everywhere, social media, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. Just holler at your boy, man. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.